Oh, this is gonna be
Shall
horrible,
we
probably.
continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
Nope.
And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Like, don't it hold something?
That. The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was a cover-up and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh, which only leaves...
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't then.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do one look at the Monokuma file, just for, you know, for fun. Okay. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim has been stabbed a single time with a knife which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Huh?
Then shall we continue the debate?
That's right, isn't it?
Fatal injury
It's that,
has
isn't
yet-
it?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
The victim's fatal injury.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't then.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it.
And it's that, isn't
There
it?
was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Is it that?
And more than that, the victim had suffered
Is it the other way
countless
around?
wounds across her
Entire body.
No, you need to hold that one.
Countless wounds. You sure?
I think so.
Then shall
Can you
we
look up for me?
continue the debate? The victim's fatal
Is it that one?
injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't then.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the
In the back of her
And more
head.
than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Okay. That's fine.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal
injury has yet to be determined.
There we go.
No, what's wrong?
Whew.
Ray died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
Mm-hmm.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
Well, it said they were several days old,
The
so...
Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
So what would they have to do with
Oh,
it?
yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Just like your opinion in this case, but anyway.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
This is Hero we're talking about.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Oh god, I would love to see that happen.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I mean, same to be honest.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
Hell yeah.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
You are so strange. I really don't get you.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
I know, she's not even Genocide Jill when she's doing that. She's just snarky.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
The real murder weapon.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it because there's one more thing about that weapon, one more secret. Do, do, do.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
It was just that titanium arrow, it wouldn't be nearly thick enough, which is why they used
The titanium arrow.
duct tape.
It was in the dojo, I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have...
It seems like an arrow would just be... No!
But if they bundled them together, Byakuya is letting you lead this case a lot this trial.
You're right.
Yeah.
Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
If you bundle them together, that would hurt.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker,
Yep.
it was you, Kyoko.
Oh snap.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. It must be connected to that dojo locker. Yeah, she had the key in her room, didn't she?
I got it!
So she didn't go, why does
One
she
thing
have
that
it?
proves Kyoko was in the dojo is... right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Well, it's in your room, so...
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime.
Poor Makoto. Byakuya sounded suspicious. true, but you know, I mean...
This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't...
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
Oh no, he's losing his cool again. What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? No, what does it mean?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Wait, Kyoko gave her own key to Byakuya, right? Which would mean...
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer.
You should understand.
Byakuya,
What if Master would never...
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, it's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Why not?
Oh my god. You were all there in the dining room when Byakuya demanded that she hand over her key. Why does it every time it comes to a freaking trial or something important, their minds are automatically wiped of all that fucking information? Honestly, that is the only major gripe I have with this game. It's
Because she had given
ridiculous.
her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then she didn't obviously go to her room. Oh, finally the time Byakuya gets punished? Maybe.
Then obviously
I don't know.
I had no way of getting in.
We'll find out.
Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself.
No,
Am I
so
wrong?
someone must have planted it in there.
Would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Oh, look at that smile on her face. She's like, yeah, you have nothing. But she still tries to plant it on me, you know, so I don't know. No, that's not actually true. There is a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap. The mastermind is laid. Mastermind is laid for us. The mastermind is trapped. The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro? And Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie.
You seen it?
No, I don't think so. Can I? I don't know. Pursue the lie or let it go. Oh god. I don't know. I mean, Kyoko's been... I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. What do y'all think? Shall I pursue the lie or let it go?
It's a tough choice.
Run away.
I don't know what option this is.
I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know. Too many decisions. Technically, we could discredit the conflict of distribution. Okay. We'll let it go. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. Oh. I hope I'm right. I still really like her. I don't like the way she pinned it on us, but you know, maybe there's a reason. I don't know. I mean, no one really wants to be, you know. That's fine. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What? It had to be Makoto, right?
Wow. Bunch of backstabbers.
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Uh-oh.
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
Voting time?
Oh, good grief.
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
No, it's okay, honestly. I made the decision, so we'll see what happens. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yep, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey.
It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
It seems like it. Oh. Poor Makoto. Alter ego. Oh. Uh-oh. That's gonna hurt. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Oh yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego. Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Excuse me. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so's Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's an even better punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the centre of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. I know, it's very confusing. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. Did we just get mind wiped? Who knows? And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with ultimate students was me. Eh? What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what happened. Alter Ego saved me, and used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend, and with that my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. Okay. Is that an airplane? How did something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? I know, Alter Ego. I miss him. This is a desk. It's probably the one that filled in here with me. That's a rocket in a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Okay, that's the door. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-round bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not reason enough to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. This was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation and jarring me awake. As I watched a pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells
This place smells awful. Kyoko?
indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth, making its way toward my stomach. I know. Just the ramen, the cup ramen on her head. It's hilarious. Whew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Is this the place where all the punishment remains go? I have no idea. Hopefully we don't find no one down here. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Door. I bet it's Kyoko. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. You kinda did. You know, not gonna lie. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but... there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Well, let's hear it. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted when I woke up I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stolen from you?
However...
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. What if you say it's true? Why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believes that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right though, there's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just that the dream I had before, but... Why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I still think there's a lot I don't remember, but at the very least... I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability? What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate
Correct.
detective? And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. Whatever it took, I had to find them. You see, those who knew me best knew me by the title, the Ultimate Detective.
Correct.
And that's why I came to Hope's Peak Academy. There was someone I had to find here in the school, whatever it took. I had to find them. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point. When he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now. Of course, it's my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind,
It's
right?
true.
That was my assumption, yes. and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile in that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school I mean? It's hard to describe, all I can say is, the moment I saw it I realised, whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so...
I can't explain it, you need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important, and really ominous.
However,
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, okay, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusawa, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusawa was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed,
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimum restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusawa. What's that? There was a point when Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Mukuro. I could have become the victim?
indeed,
You know what I'm talking about, right? You mean... during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away as I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the master assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And the murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad, if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trials to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not.
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking
That's
about
right.
what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that. They have the ultimate despair? That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Whew. Okie dokie. Hey, I got a Dream Island rocket present. Right, let's save. And I'm going to end it there. So I'm definitely going to play it again tomorrow, and I think we're right near the end, so I should be able to finish it tomorrow. So I'm going to stream about 5:30, 6 o'clock, hopefully. So tomorrow should be the last stream of Danganronpa 1, hopefully. I've really enjoyed this. I love going through it. I've really had fun with this. The only thing is, it takes it out of you all the talking. But I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed everyone joining in and speculating and putting their 2 cents in. It really makes it a lot more fun than me just sitting through it by myself. So thank you everyone for turning up and for being here. Oh no. Stock take. Bloody don't miss that, I tell you that for sure. But it'll be on Twitch for at least a week, John, so you can always catch up with it at some point. It shouldn't, I don't know, it should take a couple hours to do tomorrow? 2 or 3 hours? 2 or 3 hours? It depends, I don't know. I forgot how long it is. So yeah, I'll finish this tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, maybe start Dangan 2 at some point. So thank you guys, thank you for being here. I've really had a bunch of fun, and I can't wait to play this again tomorrow. So take care guys, good night, bye everyone, bye.